I'm going to relate, well, three stories were from the Gold Prospect Association of America magazine. This was many years ago that I was a member. I haven't been a member for a long time. The fourth one, if I have time here, depending upon how time goes, is from a customer of mine. But anyway, again, that was many years ago. Now, the first one, this guy had bought a house. He had found that there was, fair amount of gold in the front and the backyard. So he started digging up the yards, processing the dirt, getting the gold out, selling it. He made enough to, started buying his neighbors, doing the same thing, digging their yards up, getting the gold out. Um, and then, eventually he bought everybody out through the neighborhood. And after a certain point, he'd got all the gold out. He went ahead and he made enough money to pay some company to go back in and fill the yards up, and went ahead and went ahead and sold all the houses. I guess he kept one for himself. That's kind of an interesting story. The next one, trying to remember. There was a guy that I don't remember where it was. I think this was along the Snake River, but someplace where they were building a bridge over this canyon, and there was this catwalk where where the guys in the construction would walk through with his muddy boots, and after their shift was ended, he'd go up there with a bucket and and wash some mud off, and collect the bucket. And finally, one of the workers was asking him, said, "Sir, do you work for the company?" He goes, "No, I'm an old prospector. I'm just too crippled up to get out in that stream bed and work it. But I know there is gold in that stream bed that you're working." They weren't working it for gold. They were building a bridge or a dam or something up there. But anyway, he would take his gold pan out, just pan out and get enough gold so he could kind of buy his grub and stuff. That's why even though it was muddy, come out their muddy boots, there's still enough gold in there to for him to make enough to make a living off of. Now the third story, this is not really gold prospector related, but there was these guys were all the light aircraft, general aviation pilots. They all had little aircraft, but anyway um, they talked to this one guy. What the idea they're trying to sell this guy on? Now they were just goofing around with him. Now what they said they would all buy like a mile long stretch of property on him, just a place, bare land, and build houses on it. Behind each house there would be, they would build a runway. I mean, the idea was that, each of these guys were, maybe not everybody, but most of them, would pilot, they'd keep a little light aircraft, they'd have a little, they would build a little runway behind his houses. And after they really got this guy interested in doing it, they said, "Nah, we're just messing with you. We don't really intend to do this." But so it got this guy so excited. Well, this he went ahead and did it. He got some other people interested in setting up like a mile long stretch of houses with a runway behind it. And there's a couple places around here that actually set up this way. And I think this is probably this guy that did that. Now they say the last one is one of my customers. This is many years ago. Now this guy, I got to talk to him about gold prospecting. Now, actually, I haven't done anything in years, and I never really got to gold bug. I went on a few, just a few claims, but never really got into it seriously. I guess I never got to gold bug. But I found this guy, and he was saying that there's one piece of property that he used to like to go out and he'd go out. He knew where the gold was on this property. He'd go out to take a couple of 5-gallon buckets and and just dig up the dirt and the sand and stuff, like stream beds and stuff, ancient stream beds and stuff. But anyway, he would take it. And his wife and daughter would, over, maybe days or whatever, they would pan it out and get the gold out. And one time he'd gone out there, it was all fenced up, and he he went to the, he got to happen to talk to this one guy, and this guy said that he was working another piece of ground, trying, commercially, trying to, make it pay off, and it wasn't rich enough ground for it to pay off. Practice prospecting it for gold. Um, anyway, this guy was telling him that he had to sell this one property. He was, he just fenced it off to prospect it. And this guy looked at me and said, "Well, I think I know the property that you're talking about." He said, "Look, I'll make a deal with you. You let me go out there and prospect it, just go out there and dig up a few buckets every now and then that I want. And I'll tell you where the gold is at. I just worked that property. And I'll tell you where the gold is at. I think that worked out. I'm guessing this guy was telling me a true story. I don't think this guy was messing with me. But anyway, I thought those were kind of interesting. I got 4 or 5 more stories like that I could I'm going to put on here and just see if anybody finds them as interesting as I do. Okay, love y'all. Let's keep life exciting and interesting. If anybody's if any chick wants to if any chick is a member of the GPA, or if you're a road runner, here in the valley, if you're a GPA or road runner or whatever, and need a guy that maybe you can turn me on to maybe you can turn me on to go prospecting. Some chick wants me to go out camping with her. Let me know. Okay, love ya. Bye bye.